flowers hide from the song of gentle morning for the lost and lonesome bride. Now he roams through hill and valley, and the canyons open wide, singing songs of gentle mourning for his lost and lonesome bride.
Go Pokedex and see how. Man, I haven't touched Pokemon since like the original 151, and I don't remember most of those at this point. I'm just I'm just an old guy who's not in it with everything anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and switch this over to this. I think for this game I was on this. One of the lines is Kanto. What is Pokadoku? What is that? Fingers crossed the game launches okay. Pokemon Sudoku. Oh fuck! I gotta change a couple of things. I forgot. I had to do something special for Hades 2 yesterday, and now everything's fucked. Alright, let me just a second here. Hopefully that works. Okay, cool. You should be able to hear it okay. My schedule's already full enough without having to do daily shenanigans like that. You get 3 criteria, so it might be on the side of water. Okay. Like I'm not the fastest at Sudoku to begin with, but I do understand how it works. When you replace numbers with anything else, it's like my brain just wants to shut down. It just Oh right, in this game I have to read out loud a lot. So I'm gonna take a preemptive drink of water here. I don't remember all the voices. It's been a minute. Yeah, this game's got some kick-ass music. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove and decide how to proceed. Okay. Thus the cycle begins again. Anyway, how are y'all doing today? How are you, Bakura? How are you, Ringtail? How is everyone else that wants to chat today? Like, how's everybody doing? Lost in Random 2. Yeah, somebody was talking about that Ghost, I think, was talking about that the other day. Asking me if I was planning on like playing and streaming that. I don't know about streaming it yet, but like if it's like Hades, I'm definitely curious. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here. Oh, I am on the wrong side of the screen. Hold on, let me switch over to here. There we go. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it.
You started last night.
Until then, be well. Thus, you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shining in. The cycle of rites is ending. Yes. The news that Volfred and the lone minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? See, I haven't even played the first one yet, so, no, I'm not one for dating sims. Like, if there's romanceable stuff in, like, a regular type of game, like in Hades, and now in Hades 2 with the most recent patch, you can apparently, you know, hook up with some of the characters, but I'm not one to stream and date everything. Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elodiel. Well, see, I'd want to check out the first game before I played the second one. That's just kind of how I am. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening... Oh. Volfred finds you off on your own. Well, my girl, it's time once more. Come see. Volfred indicates the sky, and through the snow, you see that he is right. Soon, all of your companions are gathered. Volfred regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. I've spent years in Stardew not romanced anybody, ignored the only person who showed it. Well, the thing of it is like, they all show interest if you start to go down that road, right? I just got the furthest with Emily because they're for, what, like 3 streams? I was like, I'm gonna marry somebody, and so I started to do. But anyway, how's it going, Alders? Welcome on in. Chief among those reasons is so that I might direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here... Oh, it's already starting. And those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Oh yeah, Claire Obscured looks amazing. It's also one of those games that I'm pretty sure I can't run on my current system. Like, I definitely can't stream it, but I doubt very much that I can even play it right now. So, like, that, Death Stranding 2, Final Fantasy 16... Like, I'm starting to have a growing list of games I need to upgrade for. I was technically able to run 16, but even on the lowest settings, it was... See, I only have, like, a 1680 or 1690. I can't remember which one's in this laptop. And it's also the laptop variant, which is, you know, a little underclocked so it doesn't overheat in the small frame and all that. So, like, even on the lowest settings, 16 struggled to run. And it actually crashed during the closing credits. It actually, yeah. Which I've heard, like, everything about Claire Obscure is really, really good. Like, the voice acting, the music I've heard is phenomenal. It looks great, and it's a proper turn-based game with some bells and whistles. And you just don't see that too terribly often anymore, I think. At least not at that budget level. Not at that level of budget. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised of 3 exiles: Brighton, Urissa, and Oralek. Little Tiza was with them as well, still learning in their ways. That kind of looks like the minstrel. Like, we've met Oralek, but Brighton looks like the... And, of course, Tizo. After Brighton regained his freedom and the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. a story for another time, but for one thing, I had capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the Liberation Rite, Orlek was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is another one. I'm pretty sure I could run that one. It's just I'm hesitant to jump into a game that big, especially with my work schedule being as utterly absurd as it is right now. One day. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre. Thus Orlek earned his freedom. However, just as the Shimmer Pool was to engulf him, Orisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the Shimmer Pool. But she thought the warnings were a myth, and paid the price. She was always restless. You don't enjoy it that much? I mean, I liked it. I felt like some of the side quests were getting like the sheer number of side quests toward the end was a little absurd, and several aspects of its design felt kind of MMO-ish to me, which I guess makes sense since Yoshi P was involved and he's like the head guy behind 14. But I enjoyed its combat. Like, I had fun stringing together the combos and trying out the different summons and whatnot. It was yeah, you can definitely see the parts that Yoshi P played. I presumed Orlek perished too, to survive a fall from Mount Elodial. I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, still do not hold Orisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rights may partly be to blame as well for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Volfred breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Orlek yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even as the stars are fading, perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. I mean, I'll be real. Like, I think Final Fantasy needs I would really like for them to, at least for like one like big game, I would like to see the series kind of return to its roots a bit and give us like a proper, basically give us a Clair Obscur, like give us a proper, complex like turn-based system, but with the shiny graphics of 16 or 14 or what have you. Like, just it's always puzzled me why Square Enix has been so against turn-based for so long now. Like, they'll even for some of their remakes, they'll move away from turn-based and try for the more action-oriented approach. The Nightwings in our plan. The Nightwings in our plan need all the help that they can get, and so I have made a decision, which I wish to announce here to you all. Well, they went for 10 games in the mainstream. Yeah, but now their output is more like spin-offs and other things, and not like the mainline Final Fantasies anymore. I feel like by the time we get to 20, I'll be dead. I definitely won't live to see how they tackle 30, with the XXX. Like, the Google searches for that are going to be difficult, I think.
Renan looks on us.
In the name of the Nightwings, I, and reader, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. What? No, Alders, I was making a joke about how long, like how much time passes between each mainline Final Fantasy now. Like, Final Fantasy 17 probably isn't going to release until I'm in my 40s. Final Fantasy 18 isn't going to release until I'm in my 50s, and so on and so forth. Like, that's the joke I was going for. Is Final Fantasy 20 going to be another Half-Life 3? It's way too early to call that. We still have 3 other games to get through. But, it's... It's possible. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Wilfred bows his head to everyone while the others exchange looks, then one by one salute him in turn. Oh, well, okay. Once more do several stars shine in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Okay. We got Triesta, we got Gaul, and we got Milithe. Okay. Who am I fighting here? The Accusers. Kind of don't want to go against the Dissidents. Especially now that the game's getting harder. The Pyre Hearts are even worse, though. Oh, I don't think the world ever went sane. I just think it's, the craziness is starting to come out of the edges and into the center. I guess I'm gonna fight the Accusers. I'm gonna perform the rites against them. Your next adversaries are to be the Accusers, led by one called Lindell, whom I believe you first met many moons ago. His is a tale I hope shall be forgotten. He then tells you what he knows of your next adversary. Lindell the Liar, the first adversary you confronted in the rites not long after you took your first steps on the path of freedom. A former constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for a strict and brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once he arrested a civilian who hated him on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Lindell discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The suspect was exiled. Still, he denied the charges, even as they cast him downriver. The case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicions turned to Lindell. It turned out he planted the damning evidence himself, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the rites, having heard of all of this from several people in high places. He asserted himself as the de facto leader of the Accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet each time his chance at liberty arose, the Nightwings either defeated him or simply did not show. At any rate, Lindell shall be looking forward to our arrival, I expect. We may resume our journey come daybreak, but in the meantime, I would advise taking what rest you can. You bid the lone minstrel a good evening. At dawn you shall take flight again. Alright, I've got stuff to check out in here. It said so. Alright, afterward. Okay, so I've now unlocked every chapter, so this is... I have to be approaching an end of sorts now. The Exiles of the Downside. As an exile of the downside, as reader of this book, and as conductor of the rites, you are engaged now in a cycle which has lasted since the dawn of this age. Here, within this part of the book, is offered summary of all key... Oh, right, I can do this. Of all key figures, locales, terms, and astrophenomenon you shall encounter, either firsthand or in passing, on your path. To know the history of the downside and the rites is to prepare yourself to walk the path toward enlightenment, and then to liberty itself. Should you be free again, remember, reveal not the rites themselves, nor the existence of this book. It's always puzzled me. Like, if I'm not to reveal the nature of this book, how is anyone to learn of it and continue the cycle? Like, how was I to learn of it if the intended purpose is for it to remain secret to all? A list of terms you may wish to know. Aura, banishment, casting, enlightenment, expulsion. Okay, so I know all of this. List of terms, rights, remnant, shimmer pool. Hate scribes. So so this feels more like a review. Like, I already know who all of the triumvirates are. Denizens of... Oh, okay. Curs, Crones... Okay, so this is a list of... Black Mason. There's a list of regions, celestial landmarks, greater titans, whose stars have become unlocked recently, olden stars. Okay, so that's it then. And of course, I now have... So his bar is going to fill up pretty rapidly if I play him, it looks like. Okay. Let's go.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader.
Oh, what's up?
Yet an awful rumor reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you? I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. The time of moonlight at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. Let us go! That's the first time I've had a troubling dream. As the wagon soars across the skies above Wakingwood, you notice Wolfred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he is thinking. Do not mind me, reader. It is simply that being here in this vicinity, it brings back a lot of memories and gives me much to ponder. I hid within those woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate. So, it means a lot now to be here, above that place at last. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, my girl? Oh yeah, this is where I met him. Okay, so Faye wants to land here. And I'm gonna trust Pamitha because this is her home. So I'm gonna land here. Sorry, Faye. Instill fear in the accusers. There. Beaufort appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my girl. Was just on my way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It's not clear to you as yet exactly how Wolford is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach. Most of the time, at least. It's not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hard working as the rest of us, or dare I say, more so. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They, of course, cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside. But they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Wolford offers to tell you more of this process. It seems that he has been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. A trafficker like Rookie would likely be familiar with him. Then my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded, and in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes, but even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. I could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it shall be thanks in no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For if we cannot resist the Commonwealth, if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days, I report to them our progress, and they in turn report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our planned success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own, but those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamic I've seen among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon, then, reader. I've a delivery to make. He strides out of the wagon bearing a sealed message. I would definitely harbor a traitor. I'm sorry, voice. I hope that is not... I wonder what's going on with Bertrude. Alright, let's instill fear in our enemies. You do your best to keep up with Pamitha as she delves into the strange outcroppings of Highwing Cove. She indicates that some of her winged sisters may be nearby to lend their aid. It's as far as you can follow, reader darling. Please excuse me for a little while. She swoops off, leaving you on your own. Some time passes, during which you can almost feel the downside encroaching all around you, and then... Well, that was certainly interesting. I suggest we get out of here. It would appear the accusers soon will have a little accident that should dampen their spirits. I feel like that's like a dirty trick, you know? That's... But I'll take it. I'll take all the help I can get. I have no honor. No honor at all. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone or something that got right in its path. At first, you see no signs of whom or whatever it was, but then a voice rings out from off the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room to question as to who it is. Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess, okay? You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. But it's good running into you like this because I got for you a really special deal. Ooh. We got some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about him, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers are going to fly right off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you got to do is give us a lift because you're headed to the nest of Triesta, right? Just drop us off when we get there, okay? A little spatial accommodation, but it may have room enough for Falcon Ron, barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifacts he is transporting, and wonder if you should even get involved. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's welcome him aboard. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Oh, great, thanks, guys. I'll just squeeze right in here. He does not. Yeah, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually, Falcon Ron manages to get on board, but you're prepared to set forth again. Yay! So, hey, I heard you guys get your freedom from doing this stuff. You think you can invite me? After what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination. Anyways, thanks guys. Remember what I said, these thinkers I got here, you got dibs on them if you come visit me and Dad. That is now, go on, see you, bye. Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. What does glory... Oh no. Oh no, I should have left his ass on the side of the road. Oh, no good deed goes unpunished. No. Hey guys, thanks to get there for me and Dad back there. You know you wanted, so I promise I got something really great for you right here. Just plus fanatic effect, and then here reveals. Huh. We got cursed talismans that emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy. Nice, huh? You guys, you got first dibs on these bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're gonna go fast. They're not even that expensive. Hold on, I need to sell some shit. What's this? The black claw for sure. I really like the idea of the aura remaining. Ah, great, you guys. I knew you were discerning customers. Now, you enjoyed that one, okay? And remember, I still got the others, too, and you can buy them if you want. Though these ones, they're real popular, so no refunds on these guys, you understand? But they are real good, so there's no chance you're going to want to pawn them off. So I can't sell this? Okay. I mean, it still says that there's a value there. See, the black hoof is not of interest to me at all. Black heart might be, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it as well. Whoops. The thing of it is, like, I've already got like really really good ones equipped on them. The only one I don't yet have is Voltred's, and that's only until he does his test. I'll hold off on it and think. I may end up not using them at all. I appreciate you doing business, and you guys be sure to tell your friends, okay? Tell all your friends about us. We gotta make all that money, you know. We gotta. In the words of Joe Mermanymane, elements in the downside often give no warnings when they strike. Those who keep moving and make no attempt to settle, they reduce their risks. The afflictions come in multiple varieties. In the bogs of flagging hands, a pallor tends to sink into the skin and then into the mind. The nauseating sea of solace north of there is difficult for some to tolerate. Very hot or very cold environs bring their own specific side effects. My coat is not as lustrous now. My fangs are long. Like all aspects of the downside, all these ailments share a purpose, to test your body, mind, and spirit. They only appear to harm. Accept them, surpass them, move on. Okay. Alright, now for the real reason we're here. Here, among the monolithic stonework of the nest of Triesta, you await the signal of the stars. There is no sign yet of your expected adversaries, the accusers. Then, the little imp Tizo flutters up to you. Rock. Oh, Tizo's gonna spill the beans, huh? Scritty Hawk! Lindo has a personal vendetta against Tizo? Why? Before he can explain anything further, the stars begin to call to you. Oh god. Assuming that that's the only new one, the crab, so we still have like one more left to... Nope. I'm just gonna do.
Reader, or should I say deceiver? For I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself, that cursed sap. I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own? I thought that we were friends. Then fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
Sounds good to me. I never liked you anyway. Your companions are assembled and ready for the rites to commence. However, there is still no sign of your adversaries, the accusers. Look, cautioning you all to be alert. Aha! Caught you, you miserable beast. I knew it. After all this time, I knew that you were still among their ranks. Hurrah! Silence, fiend. You robbed me of my freedom, my dignity. Your evil shall be ended here and now, and you, Nightwing, shall not deny me thus again. Come then, my accusers. For we face again none other than the spawn of that accursed imp, Hawub the Swallow. Let us show him now that he is a disgrace. Tizo whistles something angry back at him. What transpired with him in the past, and evidently has not let it go. That's fine. I feel like I'm tripping over the words a little bit. Oh, hey. Reader, my girl, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed, and Now that I've donned the raiment, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter, really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use.
And there he is at last, alive and well. I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth. You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs and sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here. Now, good evening to you.
Oh, that's pretty big. I like that. I like that. Oh. Oh, but I can only have one at a time. Okay, that's unfortunate, but I mean it's handy. I also noticed that Sandalwood doesn't have an aura of his own. That's concerning. Now then, Nightwings, I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together.
Choose now your band of traitors.
Closes or in a straight line. I know nothing about them. Okay. That's fine. This really nice out of the artifacts we found at his home. So, yeah, we've already heard that sad story. Alright, so who am I using? There is part of me that wants to use Volfred. Shut up, voice! What happened to that respectful distance we talked about? I think I'm gonna go Pamitha. Who haven't I used in the Exiles in a while? I haven't used her. I feel like I've been ignoring her, and then we're gonna go for Volfred. I just want to give him a go. Oh, he does have a... He does have a thing, okay. I don't like the way that Lindell spoke to Tizo. Tizo is my friend. Nightwings, look at things you started as in a front. He denied my rightful freedom. In my moment of triumph, I shall never forgive him, or any of you.
Now begin.
Oh, I jumped. Fuck you, game.
Have the accusers underestimated you?
Blast! Come, accusers, we cannot let them break us again! Or whatever he said. Oh, so I actually can't...
Well cast.
Okay. That's fine. I was out of stamina, I couldn't do nothing. I need to manage that better, I think.
A stroke of luck is all. So much for Wilfred. Her wings have served her true. The accuser's pyre grows weaker.
So he can't... No! Fuck you! Okay. That's fine.
You seem unable to stop these people. Onward thus to greater glory.
Oh shoot. Ugh. I should have just passed the ball and sacrificed him.
Righteous fire.
I do want to. Oh, I cast it. Why did it not do? Oh, that's unfortunate.
She soared right in.
I did want to score with Volfred, but I'm beginning to think that's not going to happen. I just don't understand how he works, really. Hut! Hut! No! Piss! I skipped right past it.
Tis one of the scribes' order. Poor exile. There.
Got it.
The purifying flame. Good. She soared right in. No more than a lick of flame remains. Banished from this place.
I can just go ahead and end it. It's fine.
It is done. The night wings prevail. Their adversaries must be rather
Naxalis.
shaken after that.
No, I think that's what they're saying. I don't know.
It's ended.
Screeha! Very pleased with prevailed. Wishes to make a quick exit at this time. Blast! Where did you go? Where did you go? That infernal imp is a monster in disguise, a fiend! Come forth to torment me until the day I die! Lindell storms off in a fit of anger. Tizo reappears once the coast is clear and expresses his gratitude again. What Lindell said before, if Tizo truly is a descendant of Hawub the Swallow, then he has quite the legacy to live up to.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways.
I feel so overwhelmed, I think, because the scribes, I think they speak to me and lift me up whenever I begin to think that I am going to fall. Choose a mastery for Faye. Auto casting's pretty big, but I like the sound of this as well. Okay, so she's run out of inspiration.
That Wilfred always was a little slow to pick things up.
It's been a while since my last outings in the rites, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. If Wilfred is banished, the saplings make the spawn near his pyre until he returns. Shielding the allies seems really big. I think I'm going to take advantage of the sapling.
It's the wisdom of old 100 mines. Until the next right.
Back in the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after triumphing over the accusers in a pitched battle when Fulford approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my girl. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see whom we shall square against when next the stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Okay. Oh, so I have another chance to... I assume it's a different crew. No, it's still the Pyre Hearts. They wait for me. So right now, it looks like I'm going to be fighting the Essence for the Liberation, right? I still don't completely understand how these rankings work, but it's fine. Maybe it's based on the performance for this specific cycle, whereas this is like a record of all of the cycles that I've participated in. You know what? I'm gonna get over my fear of the Pyre Hearts. I'm going this way. They scare me because they're fast. I see it's time we met again with Sir Deluge and the Pyre Hearts. We can make for the pit of Milithae at first light, my girl. Let us recover through the night. For now, it is too late to do much else. Tizo! Tizo has seemed somewhat less cheerful since his run-in with Lindell and the accusers. He approaches you, wanting for you to hear him out. Harum! Pre-hawk! While Lindell is angry with him. Skrakheek! While Tizo does not like Lindell as a person, he recognizes nonetheless that he denied his freedom. Pre-whom! It was a liberation right. He did what he felt necessary. He wanted to help his friends go free. Skrakheek! Nonetheless, he still feels a certain guilt and regrets that the rites forced exiles into such situations. He falls silent for a while. Whether the 8 scribes ever intended for imps such as he to participate in the rites firsthand is difficult to know for certain. Then, Krahik! Tizo is grateful to you for listening. He knows the scribes created the rites with good intentions. Priok. Thank you to live up to the legacy of the scribes. Okay. Regardless of whether he truly is a descendant of Hope the Swallow, surely the scribes must have been proud of him. The accusers formed under Golthanian. He is a big man. He values justice, loyalty, steadfastness. Golathanian, he says that the accusers take their name from one of his most accomplished legions from his former military days. All among them, in fact, served the Master General at one point. They represent the stoutest-hearted people of the Empire, who held true to Myr and Golathanian to the end. The golden colors of their raiments are reminiscent of their old shining armor, in his claim. Ever shall they seek out those with the truest spirits and the strongest sense of purpose to replenish their ranks. That's cool. I don't know if I've unlocked every page yet of that section of the book. But here's hoping. Oh, I've got 3 options. Why would Faye gain a deeper understanding of the rites? I'm assuming that the game's not going to let me free Volfred. Too much of the UI is based on his notes and like calculations of the plan and whatnot. Like I can't imagine them letting us let him go free. I don't care about talismans at this point. Like I'm using everyone's special talismans, so I'll just hope Faye gains a deeper understanding. Having reached the cold moat, you decide to accompany Faye for a walk among the gloomy hollows. Your conversation soon turns to matters of the rites, which you discuss at length. Oh, miss, I think you must be right about what you just said. By the time you return to the wagon, you sense she gained a deeper understanding of it all. Cool. All about that. Let me get in here real quick. Oh, it's Faye. Before I talk to Faye, let me just check something. Like, a lot of my characters are getting close to maxing their bars out. I still don't know what happens when they do. If anything special happens. Faye seems to be speaking to herself again. She is unaware of your presence, or shows no sign of it at least. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. She is reciting passages from the Book of Rites, though to your knowledge she cannot read. Freedom to the worthy. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus, freedom to the worthy. Is that not so, O Saint Triesta? Is that not the conclusion which you formed with your 7 most trusted friends? She pauses for a while as though listening, and nods her head from time to time. Yes, I see. Well, I am ever grateful to you, Saint Triesta, for your guidance and your presence. And I wish all of your friends safe passage there among the stars. It must be so very beautiful out there. With your wings you can fly freely, can't you, Saint? You can visit me at any time. Come and go as you please from the stars all the way here. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. I know. And yet sometimes I wish I was like you, or like Miss Panitha. But I know I am the way I am because I'm meant to be this way. And I know that you are always watching, so thank you, Saint Triesta Tithys. Thank you, and your friends. She wanders off into the afternoon, leaving you to consider her words. In the Commonwealth, her unwavering faith in the 8 scribes would have been seen as a delusion. Such prayer or communion was forbidden. The scribes were mythical figures, but even they but even they worshipped the stars, and it was the stars that lighted the way to the founders of the Commonwealth, or so its leaders taught. Huh. To the pit. Let's see if these worms kick my ass again. Well, they've never won against me, actually. I just, they're just so fast. And now that the game is actually, like, now that all the NPCs are getting really smart about how they play this game, I feel like they're going to use that to their advantage. So I'm a little concerned. A messenger imp arrives with news and rumors from the other side. Comes huffing toward your wagon, here in the darkest corners of flagging hands. You let it in and offer it some light refreshment, as Ruki would have done. The imp's message turns out to be about him. You learn Ruki's past transgressions have all been forgiven since his return to the Commonwealth. He was even offered a well-appointed home and place of business. It must have represented just the kind of lavish lifestyle that Ruki always claimed to have had for himself and his extended family. Eventually, and somewhat reluctantly, however, he refused the gifts. Instead, he tracked down Volfred's agents and gave them ample information, thus emboldening their ranks. The last bit of the message sounds as though it was transcribed word for word from something Ruki said. It simply reads, "The rest of you better get back here soon, or else." You thank the messenger imp for their report. Soon, it has all your companions talking. We understand that Ruki holds no small degree of influence, at least among his kind. Harakiki! Hariki! Don't you think he must be sad to have turned down a house? I hope he isn't sad. Ah, the noble Ruki! He sets a shining example unto us all! I had every faith that our friend Ruki would stand tall and rise to the occasion. Hard to believe he would have turned down living in that kind of luxury, though maybe he got used to it out here. The news of Ruki's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. The messenger imp accepts some scraps to eat from you and rushes off. Cool. Always happy to hear about my friends. Well, hey guys, let me tell you something real quick. Now, I happen to have heard that Mr. Greentail, he's moved on or something like that, right? Well, I just want you to know he was one of my favorite customers, and because of that, I'm giving you the same great deals, okay? After dousing adversary's pyre. You didn't buy nothing, Dad. Sorry. You had nothing I wanted. Everything is set for the rite to commence, and all is quiet in the soiled grounds of the pit of Milithae. All there is left to do is wait for nightfall to set in. You observed Sir Gilman sliding back and forth, back and forth. He sensed something is weighing on his mind. This night is not a night at all! No, not at all! This night betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren in the Sea Dominion. But what is knighthood, even? What is knighthood if it means having to follow such a craven as that Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right. Focus on the right! Focus on the right! He notices you finally. Oh, Master Reader! This knight did not see you there just now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Knowing that this knight stands prepared, he has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-triumphant. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has honor to restore. Then, a glimmering within the sky draws your and his attention. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, this must be the last one then. I didn't realize it'd be such a large star. Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's room here in the bottom left corner for one more. Anyway, what does this one do? Your adversary shall I return from banishment when... Oh, no. 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 I'm good there. It's like the best time to score is when all of them are banished. The effects of many talismans can be made much stronger using Stardust, which you can... Yeah, I know.
Good evening there, you exiles of the Night Winds. You are returned once more unto the pit of Malith.
Oh,
The
Malith.
adversaries you are to confront shall be the Pyre Hearts. Extinguish now their pyre, and glory shall be yours. Now, prepare yourselves.
For glory, right? For... Gilman! Still not abandon your new friends, like all your other duties and responsibilities. Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time. This knight is most surprised that you have the courage to even show yourself. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say to the likes of you. That figures, Gilman. You are no knight at all. You are a teensy minnow swimming in the seas of minnows many times your size, and with much more honor too. Then something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon it fades, Sir Gilman slinks away. Disgraceful! You Nightwings, you are stupid to have taken that one in, and you are no good at the rights. And another thing, we do not fear you. Well, now I have to beat them, right?
Go on, then.
Why was he banished? I don't think that's ever been. Oh yeah, desertion and cowardice. That's right. I remember now. All right, so I definitely have to let Sir Gilman play here.
Sir Gilman. Tizo.
I feel like I feel like she's going to
Bertrude. The choice
get
is cast.
get a level up from this. So, yeah, you little wretched beings, would be wiser not to threaten one of ours. Come then, Nightwings, show this knight how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow whom you harbor in unguard. I'll do you one better. I'll let him defend his own honor. Oh, fuck. That's a great start. That's an excellent beginning.
To glory laid bare.
Okay, let's try this again.
Their
Heh.
weakens. A banishment. Oh my word.
Oh. Another most inglorious defeat is imminent. This knight can feel it in his bone. I was unwise to fear them. Okay, so let me... Oh, well.
Banished. Ooh.
Oh,
Wherever did the Nightwings go? A braver than expected act from Sir Deluge.
I'm trying to salute and then score like the challenge is having me do, but it's costing me my people.
Sublime. There.
Oh, I swung wide.
shameful outcome.
Really? What was that?
And it is done.
Oh well.
Nightwings once again prevail.
Alas, that their adversaries failed to stop them.
The right is ended.
It's so nice to know that the narrator's on my side. Curse you, Gilman! You were a fool to abandon us, and now you only twist the dagger on our backs! You still do not seem to understand, Sir Deluge. This knight is no longer beholden to the likes of you. This knight is bound only by the path toward enlightenment. Your words ring false! You are unfit to lead! Shut up! You know exactly what you are, Gilman. You call this knight a craven, yet your courage is merely a facade. And everybody knows this knight shall see it, sue it. Sir Gilman does not respond, although you sense the words of Sir Deluge got to him.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. Apparently, the exiled Bertrude is committed to the path.
This land, so rife with eldritch knowledge, long forbidden in the Commonwealth, we learn the stuff of fear itself. I'm always going to choose the thing that lets me go faster.
The next.
Speed is so valuable in this game. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. After you defeated the Pyre Hearts in a rather one-sided contest, there is little time for you to rest as yet. The night beckons, and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It is already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. You head out straight away, and he heads out straight away, and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the many stars, you see one with which you are familiar, now burns ever brightly. Boy, this was a really short cycle. It hasn't even been an hour and a half yet. They really are getting faster. Already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Elodio. Picture the right as a wheel broken free from the black wagon that is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for someone to go free, either us or else all adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back to the Commonwealth, should our plans somehow fail, they may look back upon their exile with fondness. So, returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we count on to prevail in the rights. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances, and so, who stays, who goes, these choices affect us all. No pressure there, my girl. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. I'll talk to you in a second, buddy. I have to do some reading. The Pyre Hearts all follow in the path forged by the Underking Ores, whose many mighty deeds exceed the smallest stature that somehow contained him. His is the most spirited triumvirate, their courage unfaltering, their hearts full. They live always with vigor, and perhaps they die with it as well. They are the Underking's own kind, as at home above the sea as in it, never ceasing, ever longing as they do for something more. The Underking chose wisely for these qualities, and teaches that a life devoid of passion is a life devoid of life itself. That burning passion is the fuel that drives the Pyre hearts, and in turn, us all. Oh, right. I need to talk to Sir Gilman. Sir Gilman is in a contemplative mood. He has been rather quiet, at least more than usual, ever since his confrontation with Sir Deluge. He notices you there and slides forth in a solemn manner. This night, he knows what he shall do now, when all of this is over, Master Rita. We Worm Knights. We are all born and raised to prove ourselves superior to all the other billions of our kind, to lead our lives, however short, with glory. From the moment we shove past our wormling brethren in their egg sacks to the very end, we are conditioned to excel, to prevail at all costs. This relentless pursuit of glory, of fame, of self-worth, it leads most of this knight's kind only to an early doom. Or, in the case of Sir Deluge, it leads to a life of falsehood, a life of low deceit, abusing one's fellow worm knights, shirking one's responsibilities, living in constant fear. This knight cannot abide his former commander, yet pities him. There must be more to honor than to lead a life engulfed in endless conflict. Then he looks at you intently. This knight shall ever seek that honor out when all of this is ended, Master Rita. Thus he vows to you, and he is ever grateful that your guidance led him to this new awakening. But, until such time, this knight is duty-bound unto the Nightwings. This, the fulfillment of our plan and the pursuit of freedom, is to be his final quest. For what awaits him afterward is no mere quest. The honor that this knight has sought, it cannot fully be achieved through knighthood, can it? It requires something more. I trust you understand. He slithers off, his head held high, though not merely in pride. Something has changed in him. 2 presents permanently? Okay. He is learning something of life, I think. I like that the 2 glass have different sounds. That's really nice. Who? I heard something. Your flight takes you near to where you breached past Stormwall into Deathless Tempest. With the climate in the downside intensifying, you wonder if the storm has spilled forth from its confines and started to ravage other regions of the land. Sir Gilman or Faye. I'm gonna go for Sir Gilman. Mount Elodial. You make landing upon Mount Elodial, where Volfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Reader, as you know, I now wear the raiments once again. This means that I, myself, may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. Know, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a surer footing in their path, my time shall come. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall, of course, defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. Alright. Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Sir Gilman visit the monument of Golathanian here, and that sounds like the kind of name I would come up with. Golathanian. I love it. It seems that this night's test of honor is just beginning. It seems that this night's test of honor is just beginning to begin. He is to understand the stars themselves are vanishing. Impossible, he says. For how can there be such a thing as honor in this world if the stars themselves don't want to leave this world behind? Soon he is finishing paying his respects. He returns to the wagon in silence, feeling that he has shown you favor. Sir Gilman is straining intently when you approach. Master Reader, this knight was so engulfed in memories of the Sea Dominion that he failed to detect your stealthy advance on his position. Splendidly done. This knight would have been vanquished by you easily. This knight is fortunate to have you as an ally rather than a mortal foe. His kind routinely clambers from the depths of the Sea Dominion to seek greater glory, and perhaps a slightly longer life expectancy within your commonwealth. Such an honor it would be to be assigned the rank of knight and be conscripted unto the front lines of the Commonwealth against their vicious winged enemies. In the Sea Dominion, it was our ultimate goal to fight our way to the surface, past our brethren, past the razor reefs, the strangle kelp, the snagglefins that prey upon our kind. Sir Gilman continues listing undersea dangers and terrors for quite some time. Past the blood sniffers, the electric scallops, the rogue worms of the frigid current, the paralyzing nets of the far fishers, and even past the scalding waters of the glowing trench. Finally he trails off. Yet even despite the myriad challenges of living in the Sea Dominion, it is each would-be war knight's duty to abandon that place at his or her soonest convenience. How humorous it was to learn that life within your commonwealth has quite a bit in common with our existence under sea. 'Twas not all pomp and glory as the stories told. Perhaps it is our lot, as work knights, to bring strife with us wherever we should go. For even here, it seems, is our kind pitted both against our brethren and all others. He remains silent for a while, and then... Ah, well, it is fortunate that this knight found within this place so fine a company as yours. It is a most different change of pace to strive towards a common purpose rather than strive constantly to outperform each other towards one's own self-gain. Although, to the extent we are competing still, this knight shall ever strive to take the lead, and make no mistake about that, Master Reader. This knight was born to be the best, just like all the billions like him. Now he is off to steal himself. Your pardon, Master Reader. He scoots off somewhere to continue with his self-made training regimen. +1 quickness for the next right. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. You know what? I'm going to mentor Volfred, I think. Certainly, I would appreciate your point of view. You and Volfred review what observations you have made thus far about the various triumvirates you have confronted on your journey. He has keen insights about some of them. Oh, I thought I would get a bonus because of his, Okay. Either we stand between each other's paths to freedom, or we help each other on our way. I try to always bear this truth in mind. Okay. I might release Bertrude if she's the option. I've been thinking about it this entire stream, like who I would let go of next. I think it's gonna be Bertrude. Although that means I have to use her as my primary player. En route to the mountaintop, you pass by a monument to Luce Glorian, and Tizo happens to take notice. Please tell great-grandfather I said hello, old friend. I hope you are all right among the stars. You must know why the stars are fading out, because none of us do, and some of us, I think, are beginning to feel afraid. Please grant us courage to press on. Soon he has finished paying his respects. Cool. +2 presents. Yeah, I should have went with Bertrude in that case. Okay. You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of Scribe's Gate, before an archway carved of stone, where stands the Gate Guardian. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned, even as the cycle of the rites begins drawing to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this softly for some reason. And you, Tariq, do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you, come forth and state what it is you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, the Nightwings declare themselves. You all pass through as before. When Volfred takes his turn, Celie stops him. You, I see you wear the raiments once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know exactly why, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he who fell from the summit long ago, he lives and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well the contemporary whom you mean. Then the Nightwings stand divided. Yes, and so I wear the raiments once again, in case that it may help to right this wrong. For I am Volfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Volfred's words for a moment. I see. Then move along. The guardian of Scribe's Gate regards you all, and then she beckons you onward. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Celeste? What is it, Tariq? The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it. I think you would agree. In equal measure has it drawn us close as separated us. But if their aim now is to keep us apart for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tariq, and at the gate, no less. But the lone minstrel simply puts his hat back on. Then may the scribes themselves admonish me. Until tomorrow night, Celeste. Hi-ho, hi-ho, up the mountain we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hi-ho, 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 hi. We stop by the Great Book. Having reached the peak of Mount Elodial again, you see the vastness of the downside all around you. It leaves you deep in thought regarding which of your companions ought go free this night, as Ruki did the last time. Yes, what is it, buddy? I never thought that I would say such things, my girl, but it is good to wear the raiments and the rites once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today, we are a very different beast than the Triumvirate, which took me in almost a decade ago. Ours was a Triumvirate of exactly 3. Well, 4 with Tizo, who proved to be an exception, though historically, the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. Oh, so I am a breaker of tradition. I got it. I have mentioned my predecessor, Brighton, and my former companions, Arissa and Oralek. Yeah, he does. He looks a lot like Tariq. Perhaps naively, I had hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt. But, seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there is more you wish to learn of them. Orlek first, please. You ask about what Orlek was like when he and Volfred first became acquainted. Volfred remained silent for a time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little much for me. It was Orlek who found me. He could not have known of my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you. A gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Orlek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he said he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sowed in his heart a yearning for all end to all the bloodshed. So, he tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the High Wind remnants. But, it must have gone about how you'd expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front. But, when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him into the downside. Here, he gained the notice of the Nightwings, and before long, he grew to be one of the finest right conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the Triumvirate were later filled by Arissa and me. In time, Orlek's own opportunity for freedom had come up. He longed for it, so that, with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone, and now, I still cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan. Not by Orlek or anyone. As I have said before, we share a higher calling now. As for Orlek, he wants his freedom still, although I wonder if he still remembers why. Anyway, was there something else, my girl? You inquire about Brighton, who you understand was liberated prior to Ingolfred first. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now. Though, for that matter, my girl, so do you. He studied... I knew it! I knew it! Brighton was born wealthy, but not special otherwise. He would have no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled for negligent misconduct. I do not know exactly why, and do not care for spreading rumors. I first heard of him through Arissa and Orlek, who found in me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Orlek gave the impression they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me that I would soon hear from him myself. Indeed, as I became accustomed to the book, which you know well by now, I soon began to hear the voice. Wilfred looks at you to see you. I do now. Okay, so you see, my girl. After Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility to the Triumvirate which liberated him. That voice you hear from time to time, whensoever the stars align, it's his. Well, there goes my theory, but still. He is no longer Brighton. He is now none other than Archjustice Androbeles the Ninth himself. Okay. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens of their old triumvirates. They have much to thank them for. Not just their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth, they do not wear masks and raiments simply for the sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public pasts are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton, they once were exiles too. Brighton, the voice. He has no love for either one of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do. Yet, he is bound by the traditions of the rites. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain. But I think he knows deep down that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exile such as we. Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's the path you'd wanted to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else should we talk about? You ask about Orissa, who you understand betrayed Orlek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer Pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my girl, but I suppose you ought to know something about Orissa's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuses for the terrible choice she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Orissa had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face. Such was the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in battle on the blood border, despite wielding their father's own lance and armor. Her father never quite recovered after this, and had grown cruel and detached. It was Orissa who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day, it was all too much for her, so when next he lashed out at her, well, she struck back. She struck back again and again and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cast into the downside for the crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Orissa always was intense in her demeanor, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for the high-wing remnants a great siege engine that would shatter the defenses of the Commonwealth and forever end our feud. What she ultimately did to Orlek, it was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think that it was simply evil, nor do I think that it was personal. I often wondered, though, if, in her final moments in the Shimmer Pool, she understood what she had done and the depths to which she had fallen. For years I must admit that I hated her, but now, my only hope is that she found a peace untenable during her relatively short life in the downside on the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Orissa offers some perspective yet to those of us who have not made the same mistakes. Now then, was there something else? No, we're good. We bid Volfred a good afternoon and leave him to his memories. My pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much farther we have yet to go. I want to say that was one of the longer conversations I've had to read. And that was a lot to take in. Tell him, guys, like, I know it's going on up there with all them stars acting real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something here. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. You ain't gonna find a better deal with all the stuff from anybody. I mean, anybody in downside, you can trust me when you tell you, okay? Go ahead, stock up. I mean, I might as well. permanently. These are just for the next ride. Oh, well, I don't have the money for it now anyway. Oh, I can't level those up. Okay. Well, that's fine then. Let's do it. Once more you have gained the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free, but first you shall have to prevail against the essence in the liberation rite. Reader, your companions are gathered there under the fall. They shall be counting on you. Indeed, as the cycle of the rites turns ever faster, so too is our plan set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of a stir out there, and word has reached high places that the rites are ending. This is our chance, though let us not despair, should victory elude us here. We shall make the most of whatever the scribes may have in store for us. That is to say, good luck, my girl. It's time. And yep. Okay, so this has to be the last one. Boy, if I was really good at this, these would make for some interesting challenges. But ultimately, I think this is the kind of game that I'm not going to really master. But I'm going to play through it because I am curious to see how it ends.
Once more, the Nightwings gain the summit of the sacred Mount Aladiel to conduct the liberation rite, even as the stars themselves abandon you. Make good upon these final opportunities, reader. This glorious age-old tradition coming to an end upon your watch. I trust your adversaries, the Essence, shall not throw away this chance. Choose now who may go free, should they unfortunately fail.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirats is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirats is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Essence, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have to your adversaries, the Nightwings. Tamitha swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. I am known as Tamitha Thane. I mean to return to my ancestral home and promptly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the High Wing remnants. Our long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended, should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan. Then, our vengeance shall be swift and thorough. Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath the notice of the scribes, Tamitha Thane. Here, you shall be judged under the stars. My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sisters strength enough to reach this point. The scribes will take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings anymore, like your Trieste Tithys. We shall not fall in line with flightless fools and their naked attempts to subsume our heritage, our culture. Speak not again thus of the saint, or you shall be expelled, Tamitha Thane. Tamitha scoffs, then turns her attention toward your side. And Nightwings, as for you, the fury we shall imminently show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your Commonwealth and the mountains on the other side. She signals to her sisters to ready themselves. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing, save for devastation, should you manage to return. Nightwings, your decision. On whose behalf shall you conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I would ask that you choose wisely, but I am sure you know no other way. And you, prepare your song, Tariq. Of course, at least.
Whom do you intend to liberate?
So Bertrude remains unworthy. Okay. Why does Faye remain unworthy? So the three I can choose are the three I use the most. The three that I have the most benefit from. Fuck it. So I'm to get my shot in all this then. However, very thoughtful of you, reader darling.
Who shall strive for her? Bold friend.
Let us prevail on this night for you, Pamitha, and for the good of our ailing nation. Oh, I can help? I think I can help.
It is done.
One final obstacle to overcome ere I can soar again above your commonwealth. Such destruction I shall rain upon it soon. But first, let us dance this final time.
Commence.
Oh, come on. Nicely done, nicely done. As the liberation rite continues, you see Pamitha reaching out to you, or perhaps just reaching out to anyone at all. Reader, someone, please. Let her prevail, please. Let her prevail here, this once. If this thought makes me a traitor, so be it. But please, let Pamitha prevail, for she is here, wrapped up in all of this, because of me. The plea trails off, and Pamitha remains steadfast, all her attention focused on the liberation rite. And, as for Tamitha, prepare yourselves, Nightwings, and as for you, Pamitha, I await the outcome of this night, for it shall soon ensure that I may never have to see your smirking countenance again. I'm not going to honor her wish. Because it would certainly mean more death. No! I'm trying to fix the country, not... Can I not jump? Hark now, my sisters, damn what the book says. Advance and strike formation. Prevail against these wretches, no matter the cost. In disregard for the ways of the right, Timothy Thane has ordered her triumvirate to push forward afield, adopting an even more aggressive stance for the remainder of this ride. Huh. Well, if they're going to cheat, then I'm definitely not going to honor that wish. Although, in some respects, it might actually make things... Yeah, this. I think this. I think this plan. I think this plan is actually backfiring on them. Oh shit!
There it is. Oh. And there it is. Last.
I'm gonna miss Pamitha.
The Nightwings proved their worth. Rather convincingly, I must admit. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds. Return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Damn you for this, Pamitha. All of this because of you. So, what am I, supposed to give a speech or something then? Rita, darling, all of you, look, I've no idea still why you picked me. Well, I do have one, but I don't think it's right. If you'd wanted to get rid of me by now, you needn't have gone to such lengths. And so, I'm left only to conclude that you did this for me. The years I spent down here, in one sense, they have all been such a waste, just utterly for nothing. Spectacularly so. I thought that my relationship with Tamitha had nowhere left to go but up, but, well, you know, not quite the case. But then, I think on what would have become of me had I made no attempt to set things right. Had I not done everything I have, I could not have lived like that, I think. I was so certain that my life would end down here. I'm only now beginning to consider that this opportunity may have come true instead. What I'm trying to say is, thanks to all of you. I mean that. Now, I guess I'd better head on back to that damned Commonwealth, so bottoms up. She plunges in the waters of the Shimmer Pool and disappears from view, though her voice still rings out. We'll have to see what we can do up here, provided that my sisters haven't had their way with it just yet. Anyway, let's find a way to keep in touch. But just in case, goodbye.
Godspeed, Tamitha Thane. The 8 scribes are watching from afar. By their grace, may the cycle of the rites keep turning for as long as possible.
The rites demand we act as of one mind, in perfect unison and harmony, and free of any doubt. I have grown more accustomed being part of the Nightwings of today.
The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours.
Well, Pamitha, truly did you get the best of me again. I weep for all our sisters on the other side that you are to rejoin them now, and I pray that they shall have the wisdom to see through your lies, as I once should have done. To think that I was born to share blood of someone such as you. Return to the wagon after having prevailed against the Essex in the Liberation Rite. Excellently done, Nightwings. Do you think Pamitha is already home? You succeeded in liberating Pamitha, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We have but a few such liberation rites remaining. Exactly how many I do not wish to speculate about as yet, until such time as we can better say for certain. Under no circumstances would I suggest this is ideal. However, it is opportunity enough that our plan may as yet succeed. Although, all of these setbacks, I fear... Wolfred trails off and falls silent. Some of the others exchange looks they are beginning to understand. With the rite soon ending, everything which Wolfred has sought, both on his own for many years and now with all of you, all of it may have been in vain. The hush spreads to the others, but not to you. You then proceed to do something that none of them seem to expect. You raise your voice. Each of your fellow exiles turn to you, their expression asking you a question with no easy answer. What are you going to do? As you meet Tizo's gaze, the words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. You are searching for the right words, as all your fellow exiles are looking to you now. You tell them that you have stood together, that you all have stood together time after time throughout this quest and are now poised to seize upon a glorious opportunity. You tell them that you all have stood together time after time throughout this quest and think only a hollow fool would turn back now. Your path to freedom still is laid bare before you all. True freedom is not waiting for you in the Commonwealth. Meanwhile, the stars themselves are shining on for you. All of what transpired cannot be mere chance. You all now have a divine duty to uphold. You shall stand poised to ensure the world you leave behind is, for your loved ones, for each other, is a world worth living in. If you can believe any of this, then believe above all in each other. Believe that the plan may yet be achieved. After a brief period of reflection, you share one last sentiment with the group. Let us stand together, now and always. Then you join the others in silence. Thus do you remain together in your thoughts. No one speaks for a time, but then... Thou wouldst dare to change this ancient world, reading one. And yet thy words are tinged with certain truths. Scree-ha! May long the stars remain alight for you, reader madam. All the while, Wolfred remains watching you intently. Then, his expression softens and he smiles. You are right, of course, my girl. We are the Nightwings. It is precisely as you said. Let us stand together, now and always. Lead us then, reader, to the end of our quest, and the dawn of a new age for all our kin. Everyone, for the Nightwings! Everyone says the same thing. They stand with you no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury because now The last rites beckon. The stars above now burn with what appears a desperate fury, many more of them than usual. Okay. I don't know if I should take that fully literally, as in, this is the last cycle. The stars of the 8 scribes, they shine together now as one. The lone minstrel draws breath, as though surprised by what he sees. He backs away and averts his eyes. This is another sign the rites are soon to cease. Few chances yet remain to confront the adversaries you have met during your journey. That's 1 and 1, 2 and 0, 2 and 0. You know what? I might go against them to break the tie. Three and 0, so I'm definitely winning there. 3 and 0, 2 and 0, 1 and 0. Yeah, I think it's time to break that tie. The stars revealed to you a path toward the spring of Jomir, where the rites shall soon continue. Come morning, your travels shall continue. For now, everyone needs rest. Forged findings. There is a simple pleasure to be found in forging about this place. Easy for a cur to say, of course. Though barren looking to the naked eye, the downside has its share of semi-hidden treasures waiting to be found. It was a nose for treasure, after all, which drew us here. Certain types of artifacts found in this place would fetch a reasonable sum in soul, whether because they shine with inner light or due to other special properties. I have observed that stardust, freshly fallen from the heavens, sometimes glimmers in the afternoons. I have not found a use for it as yet, although, because it brings me faith, perhaps I have indeed. On Worth. The fallen empire of Ser was ruled according to an ancient bloodline thought to be infallible. Our society shall instead be by those who earn the privilege. We, the 8, we cannot bear the burden of determining your worth. It shall be determined by your peers and by you yourself. We shall provide a framing through the rites to put you to the test against yourselves, against your kin, against your adversaries. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus, freedom for the worthy. As the worthy, your true calling then begins, as you return to a society which longs to learn the wisdom you have gained along your path. The worthy shall lead. After the liberation of Pamitha, you find the lone minstrel back in the wagon, looking as though no such thing had just occurred this night. You think you see him tilt his head as you approach. Some words of congratulations are in order for this evening, I should think, reader, and so, congratulations on prevailing in the liberation rite. Surely Pamitha shall be most grateful, and her safe return unto the Commonwealth ought benefit the plan in which you all now play a part. As for your adversaries of the essence, This must have been a bitter loss for them and Tamitha, although they must have known their chance was far from certain. Thus shall we all await the next turn of the cycle of the rites. Celeste and I are to return to our respective duties for the time, and now Scribe's Gate is sealed. I await when next we shall meet, when next you may yet live up to the glory of the Nightwings in the eyes of the 8 scribes, which yet shine down for us. He trails off, then nods to you in his cordial manner, and bids you a good rest of the evening. Take a drink in her honor since she is now gone. And with that, this stream draws to a close. I said I was only going to do one cycle a stream now, and unless the next cycle is really short and there is one yet to follow it, I'm going to stick to that. So, I don't know when next I will stream. I am hoping I'll get at least a day next week, but with my work schedule the way it is, that's not a guarantee. I will be letting y'all know in my Discord in the next few days, you know, when the next stream's going to be, but until then... I shall be gone. Let me see if there's anybody to raid. I'm ending much earlier than usual, so I kind of don't expect it. No, I don't have anybody. Alright. Well, until next time, I hope y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.